Hello, welcome to my French Country Style Farmhouse tour. I hope you're doing good. This is the first time ever that I've shown most of my rooms in my farmhouse in New Zealand on the internet. And this is me walking into the sunroom, and this is the entrance to the house that we use. It's not the official entrance, but you know when you live somewhere and you just use an entrance that suits you as a family. So this is the entrance. I've got a little table, Bristow table, some chairs and the lovely dresser at the end that you just saw, and a jute mat and a little fake plant on the table. You know, I don't have to remember to water the plant, so that's a good thing. And we've just had the floors painted grey, the wooden floors. They weren't in very good condition, so I made the decision to have them painted, and I thought the grey was a really nice colour to ground the room, you know, with all the white in it. And then you open a sliding door and you come into the main part of the house, which is the dining room and the kitchen, which is open plan. And I've just snuck a little couch and trunk in as a coffee table. The table is technically meant to be further over towards the couch, but I like to have a seating area in my kitchen. It's quite farmhousey as well. And here's my cabinet that I did up years ago. It was a teak wooden dark cabinet, and I'm just showing you my dragonfly dinner set, which I like a lot. Yeah, but you can see it through the glass, but I thought I'd just open the doors while I was there. So closing up the doors and moving on, I've got a little plant stand there with nothing in it. That's a window seat. I've never had any cushions made for it. I would have liked to have done that, but I just never got to it. And there's my little hutch dresser, is what we call it, with some blue and white china in it. I really like blue and white. I really like neutrals, as you can probably tell already by my farmhouse, as in the way it's decorated. Here's a little table that I did up a few years ago as well, which was like green. It was a brown table and a DIY French style mirror. Everything in my house, well, not everything, a lot of it is DIY. I see something in a magazine or something and I can't afford the really expensive price for it, so I give it a go of making it myself. So there's the view of the two-seater little couch that I've got. It fits perfectly in the gap with quite a heavy mirror above it. That's one of the original lights which is in the house, but it doesn't work. It's just nice as like a little ornamental thing. And that's a cabinet with some books in it. I just never open it. I do have books. And when I was in Paris last year, I picked up some French magazines. I just love them. I don't understand a word of them, but they're beautiful. Just more of my ornamental type stuff and some DIY artwork that I made. I really like that little table with the cross. It's just cute. It's got a black like stone top. It's very heavy, but it's definitely one of my favourite pieces of furniture. And that's actually Vincent van Gogh. I just thought he looked quite cool sitting on my mantle. And this little cabinet is a DIY again. I ended up putting a little apron on it. DIY artwork. Lots of DIY stuff. I painted that jug blue. Coming into my kitchen, the island, and the fridge is just tucked in that little corner there. The kitchen has been recently painted green. I've got a tea towel from Zara Home there. The mantle was stripped back. There is a little bit of stuff left on the mantle, but I quite like that. We got a new bench top and a new sink. That's the pantry. I was originally going to knock that through, but I didn't, and that will be another story. So I'm just turning around and looking back towards the dining room. I picked up some baskets. They were accidental, really. I bought them up, picked them up for my bathrooms, and I liked them so much because they had black in them. I decided to use them in my kitchen to hold some linens, and they've just currently got some aprons in them. A couple of chairs that I never know where to put. I did have a desk there, but I moved it. That's a water filter. Some more fake topiary, if you notice the other stuff on the other side. I love this black cabinet. It was another DIY. When I bought it, it looked totally different. I'm pretty sure it's from the 1930s. I painted my door black a long time ago. And we're just going to spin around and look at the kitchen that way. So there's the other fake topiaries in case we didn't see them before. Opening the door into my laundry. It's totally been painted. It was red. You can imagine the red didn't go with my decor, if you haven't realised. I don't really do red. It's just really simple in there. It's just so much better. Nothing against red if you like red, but it was a lot of red in this room. Here's a clock. It's never worked from the day I bought it that I got it delivered, so it's always right at least twice a day. And those are my new light switches that I put up. I took some chandeliers down that were up there, and they look really cute. Actually, I'm really happy with those light switches. And here we are, going into what I call my husband's office. It's technically the lounge room for the house, but it's huge and I don't need it, and he was better off having it for his own space. So he's just got some like guy furniture. That's my French door. It's a French door that's been made into a cabinet. The glass has still got all the bubbles in it. It's really old. It's beautiful. You know, the cabinet itself isn't anything special, but the door is. That's my husband's little bar. It's an old army trunk that we made into a place that he could put his favourite drinks. Just panning around. That's my clock. He borrowed it years ago and never gave it back. And a chandelier in the main room. I love the beams in this room. They are so pretty. And this is a beam that I found in our shed, and I painted it white, and we usually hang pictures on it, but we've put them away for now. And I didn't really want to pan on my husband's desk. It was quite messy. But you get the idea. The desk sits in a bay window. Through to a little foyer, the second sunroom. Got some new lino, which if you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that I wasn't quite sure about the lino. I painted the walls in here, made it look like a striped room. It's just like a nice little thoroughfare. Into the spare room. It's got some really nice, beautiful wood panelling that's original. I paint everything white, but I wouldn't have painted over that. It's such a beautiful view in this room. It's gorgeous. I repurposed that chair, I reupholstered it, painted the bed frames. You may have seen some of these videos. I put some twigs on the wall above the bed. It's still got its original pipes in the room. It's so cool. I put up a woven light shade basket thing. And I made this, I got the idea from Rachel Ashwell, you know, Shabby Chic. She did a house tour on Instagram and she had one of these, so I just basically copied it out of an old lampshade. It's a beautiful day when I recorded this. I was so happy that the weather was really good. So we're going to go back through the foyer, sunroom number 2. There's a sign that I got my husband to put up and he stuck it on the wall with glue. A little French sign that I actually bought from Amazon. There's lots of cords on the floor in this house because we really need to get some, well, we really needed to get some more power points put in. A lot of old houses are really lacking in them. So here we're coming into what I call the kids' bathroom. It's the main bathroom. It's 3 different coloured greens. I've never painted it. I just never got to it. When we did our renovations, it wasn't really part of the budget. But it's okay. It's dark and moody compared to the ensuite bathroom that you'll see soon. I'm not a fan of vessel sinks. I don't know if you are, but it wasn't worth the money changing them out. Like, there was nothing wrong with them, so I kept them. But I certainly wouldn't have chosen them myself. I had a new shower put in. And I've just got like an old set of drawers that you probably saw when you walked in with me. I need to kind of fix those up a bit. So here we are going into a room that I've never shown on the internet before. It's a little green room. It's actually a really cool moody room. You could paint this room any colour. It would actually suit being a dark room because you can't get very much light into it anyway. I used my mat that I couldn't use for my sunroom, if you know that video. Yeah, it would look amazing dark. It's a little library or something. It's just my daughter's room at the moment. I put some new curtains up. The view's pretty spectacular, and I'm just not recording one side of the room just for privacy for my daughter, for her things. And I put some pictures up, and oh yeah, that light shade, we won't talk about that light shade. I bought that years ago from Next in the UK. I don't like it anymore, but it's a cool room. So back into the hallway, walking down the hallway. Just got a mirror that I DIY'd to make it look old and gold, and like a coat stand and a doll's houses on the floor. I love the wooden features of the door. Yeah, I need to clean my step. I've got a palm sitting out there. It does really well out there. And looking back down the hallway with one of the chandeliers on. I love chandeliers and I love how they look with you know, being on. The glowiness of them. I just got a little table under the mirror that I painted green. A little mirror on the floor because there's nowhere else to put it. Coming into my husband's room. It's not technically the biggest bedroom in the house because we wanted to have an ensuite, but the biggest bedroom in the house is my son's, but I unfortunately won't be showing you that room. So lots of cords on the ground again, a chair that I did in a video. If you ever saw that one of my videos, it was a pretty early video. It was a pretty early video. And I just got some black curtains and put them up. They don't fit the ground, go to the ground unfortunately, because they're just ready-mades, and our windows, you know, our ceilings are so tall. And we've just got a little fireplace in our room. It doesn't actually work, but it's really pretty just to have a fireplace. I like how it's on an angle. Another DIY mirror. There's not a lot of room in this room, but it's, you know, it's just fine. I would rather have a smaller room to be able to have an ensuite. Some pillowcases that I bought in Paris. My first time using them. I've been saving them for a special occasion, but I don't know what that is. So I thought, well, I might as well use them. Chandelier that I had put in a few years ago, just to keep with like a little bit of a subtle black theme in the bedroom because of the fireplace surrounds black. Walking through to my walk-in wardrobe, which I'm not really going to show you probably because it's a bit messy, but that's to the right. And then this is walking into the ensuite, which has been totally done over. It's got new lino, the vanity's been painted and the top's been sanded down, and it's got a new shower. It's an amazing shower compared to what we had. And I put some drawers in there for storage because my bathrooms don't have any storage really, except for under the sinks, and it's not clothes storage. So I put this little dresser with some things on top that I like, a little black and white picture that I made. And I use a shower curtain as a curtain. It was actually my husband's idea because every time we get a curtain in there, it doesn't last very long. So we thought we'd just use a shower curtain as a curtain, like you do, you know? I guess you don't, but it works so well. Just like got some toilet paper in a little basket under there. Just showing you the other side of it, of the ensuite. So back into the hallway, that's where my son's room is that I'm not going to show you. Walking back down the hallway. Thank you so much for watching this video of my home tour, my farmhouse tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.